Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do our review for Ant-Man. Yes, Ant-Man, the heist film starring Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas, and one of Marvel's characters that is well known, but is never considered an A character, but is well known amongst the core comic readers. In terms of the general audience, maybe not too familiar, another gamble movie by Marvel. And this one, while I will not put it up there with the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, was not disappointing at all. It was a very fun movie. And the one thing I got to give props to right away is the special effects. The way it changes from a small world or a normal sized world to a larger world was done very well. And the way it was done spot on in moments was just executed very well. Another thing I want to say too, and again, once again, staying with the effects, if you saw the early part, if you saw the movie, and this is not a big spoiler, in the early part of the movie, they do a little flashback and they show Michael Douglas looking about 30 years younger, which was just amazing the way they did that. Amazing the way they did that. So, and basically the movie's about Scott Lang, a man who's a thief. He's just getting out of jail. He's trying to do the right thing, and he's struggling. He's struggling to make it. He's got his daughter that he's in love with, and he wants to spend time with her. But because of his record, he has a hard time getting a job. With that, he can't make his child support payments. He's at odds with his ex-wife and his ex-wife's current husband or boyfriend right now, which is this cop. And, you know, from that point, he decides to try one more. He wants to maybe get another big score so he can make these payments, because he's got to make a year worth of child support payments to even have a chance to see his daughter. But lo and behold, he's set up by Hank Pym to actually steal Pym's outfit, the Ant-Man outfit, and then that's where things go from there. And the movie, you know, if I'm going to criticize a couple of things, the one thing I will criticize, the pacing of the early going is a little slow. It's a little slow. It's definitely a story-driven movie. You know, if you've seen some of the Marvel movies, don't expect this to be action-packed right from jump. But it's a well-done story. It's a very good story. It's definitely different from some of the other Marvel films in terms of how they generate the characters, how they tell the story about Scott, Hank, how we look at Hank's past, and how everything comes together. And Hank has his own tale in this movie as well in terms of what happened to his company, how he was trying to hide his tech, a rift between him and his daughter. And that all this stuff plays out very well. But because it is a heist movie with a superhero in it, you would think there'd be a little bit more action in the beginning, but there isn't. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. But it might be bad for some people who are running into it thinking that there's going to be action-packed stuff going on right away. There are a lot of good surprises in this movie that I don't want to spoil here. There was a fight scene with Ant-Man that I did not expect to see, and it was a real treat to see it. But in terms of the Ant-Man character, they really did a good job of highlighting the benefits of this man's unique, or not man, but the suit's unique power in terms of shrinking down, but scaling your strength. And while it's comical to see, it's also very cool to see Ant-Man being so small, kicking the crap out of people. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a very fun movie. You know, Marvel movies are very lighthearted, and one thing that you can take out of a Marvel movie is that you're gonna go in there, you're gonna have fun with what you watch, and you're gonna leave entertained. And a lot of times, that's all we really want. You know what I mean? There are a lot of movies out there that are groundbreaking, they're thought-provoking, but sometimes you just want something a little bit more simple. And this is a story that's good. It's not a heavy story. It's a very simple story, but it's a good story. It's very touching in some ways. And I got to give a lot of credit to Paul Rudd. I was a little skeptical about his casting, but you know, when it comes to superhero movies, we all get skeptical about casting until we see them perform. And for the most part, people have surprised us in the past. Heath Ledger was a big surprise. Michael Keaton was a big surprise. Paul Rudd, for me right now, is a big surprise. He delivered, while he was his normal funny self at moments, there were moments that, you know, you kind of felt for the character, and Paul Rudd did a good job delivering that. It also helped to have Michael Douglas there as a veteran actor, I'm sure, to guide him at times and help him out. But even his presence on screen, Michael Douglas has a very strong presence on screen, and I loved this Hank Pym. I thought it was fantastic. It was a solid movie. The Yellow Jacket villain, once again, another criticism is that this is a villain that they could have really, really built up, and he kind of felt rushed in this movie. Like, just out of nowhere, he just became this psychopath. And again, Marvel has to work on their villains. Right now, personally, my opinion, their best developed villain to date is the Kingpin on the Daredevil show, period. No, not even a comparison. Loki, obviously a strong second. But overall, the Ant-Man movie is very, very good. It's very entertaining. I think it's a solid addition to the MCU. Not Guardians of the Galaxy level, and certainly not on the level of some of the other movies, but nonetheless is holding its own water at this point. And the Ant-Man character and the power in the suit are very fun to watch. Definitely looking forward to more of him during Civil War next year. And I think it's a job well done by Marvel. You know, I'm not going to sit here and give it ultimate praise, because again, it's not on the level of some of the other movies, but it is not a shitbox. It is a fun movie. You will have fun watching this movie, and you will enjoy Paul Rudd adapting to this new world of playing a superhero. And he did a good job delivering his normal comedic presence, as well as delivering some heartfelt emotion where you really want to root for Scott Lang in the movie, and you push for him to go through. And the villain, while it was kind of felt rushed, it was a very good villain. You know, you kind of hope that they expand on that, but we'll see what happens. I doubt it. And obviously the Easter eggs, and I'm not going to spoil them here. There are two Easter eggs, one mid-credit and one end-credit scene. Both are very good, very entertaining, and there's obviously Easter eggs in the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but I do recommend that you go check out Ant-Man, especially if you like decent comedy, good, solid story, nothing groundbreaking, but a solid story. A very cute little girl. The little girl's adorable, very, very cute, and definitely moments that just definitely are very funny. But you kind of got to push yourself through the first few moments of the movie. It is a slower pace that builds up, and once the Ant-Man gets going, it doesn't stop to entertain. Anyway, guys, that's it for this review. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers, or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.